In this video, we're going to be taking a look at data-driven instruction using the online tool called IXL. Oftentimes, administrators want teachers to implement data-driven instruction, and it can be difficult figuring out how to implement this, what reports to look at, and so on. So within this video, I'm going to give you some concrete examples of how to implement data-driven instruction using IXL. So I have a report from two different students. So you can see the gray line right here divides the two different students, and on the left-hand side, you can see that those are the different skills that the students have worked on. And then there's a line or a section for the SMART score, and that will show you where the students are as far as how many points they have and so on within IXL. Then you can see time spent, 38 minutes, the correct answers, the answers missed, then also the total. So if I'm taking a look at this student right here, L.6, compare fractions and mixed numbers, I would want to meet with this student right away. Why is that? They only have a 63 needs improvements SMART score. Also, they've spent over half an hour on this skill, still about 27 points away from that 90 that I would want them to achieve as far as their SMART score. The correct, yes, they do have 30. However, the missed, 23. So this shows me that this student is struggling and may continue to struggle if I don't meet with them first. So I would want to meet with this student right away, possibly even my first student that I would meet with at the beginning of math. Now within IXL, I can actually even click where it says missed and see how they missed those problems to really give me a specific way that I would meet with that student. Now moving on down, you can see there's a student working on elapsed time. They have a SMART score of 76, which is satisfactory, getting close to that 90. However, they have spent an hour and 12 minutes on this concept. They have 31 correct, 13 missed. I will probably meet with this student next, right after I meet with the student that has 63 for a SMART score. Oftentimes, I may even get to the student, and they may have already hit their SMART score that they need. They may have moved on already to the next skill. Now if I come to this student, which is an example of another report, I can see that they have a 90 excellent on every single skill, even a 7th grade skill. They're in 5th grade, so a 7th grade skill, 90 excellent. This would be a high achieving student. I obviously would not be working with this student and really don't even need to check in with them necessarily until I'm done meeting with some of my lower level students. Often I may check with them just to get some explanation on some of their answers and so on, but it's important to understand that data drives your instruction, so you're not necessarily teaching just because you want to teach students that, but you're letting the data drive how you teach them, when you teach them, and so on. So this data shows me that the student does not need to be met with. However, I may want to ask them some higher level questions on the certain that they might be working on. Now after I'm done meeting with all my students, based upon the data, I start walking around the classroom, and this is what the screen will look like for the students. So you can see the problem that they're working on, the skill at the top, the problems attempted, and also the SMART score. So if I'm walking around and I look at this data on the right, problems attempted 65, SMART score 73, not making progress but not very quickly, I would meet with this student one-on-one and work with them right away and kind of walk them through some problems and ask them some questions to really make sure that they're understanding what they're doing. So this concludes the video on data-driven instruction using IXL. Once again, it is very important as a classroom teacher to let data drive how you work with students versus a textbook or what you feel as though that they need. It's not a gut feeling, but the data does not lie. It's black and white. If you have any questions implementing data-driven instruction using IXL, please feel free to contact me.